Right, so I like to say Barak Atah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah, Wadash. Ultimately, I just wanted to make this video real quick. It's not, I guess you could say it's been something I've been pondering on. But I used to be in a GMS camp, GMS Arizona. Beautiful brothers out there. But I used to be in a GMS camp, man. GMS Arizona. I was in that camp for like 11 years. And I ended up leaving the camp, because of some things that took place, within the camp. And this is not to talk about, nobody in that camp. This is only to talk about my faults. And it's, in a sense, it's like a video for advice, to brothers that's in leadership positions. Because I was a second head of the camp after the head of the camp got kicked out, before the one took that position, so I just wanted to talk about my faults, and the scriptures tell you to confess thy faults one unto another, or confess thy sins one to another. And my faults, and this is something that all leaderships, whatever position you in, need to keep an eye on. The elder Gabar, with this whole situation that's going on with the Al-Azhar and everything like that. And Gabar stated, and he states this a lot, not just him, but other brothers within the GMS camp, and he states, examine thyself. And for brothers that's in camps or leadership positions, some of us, me being a prime example, I wasn't examining myself, man. I really wasn't. When I wanted to be blameless. I wanted to be spotless. And when you think you spotless, you got more dots on you than SpongeBob, more holes on you than SpongeBob. Believe me, bro. You cannot think that you are a spotless, or you ain't got holes, if you not going to other brothers and asking brothers, is there anything that you can change about yourself? If you thinking that you're blameless, you're not, man. And my advice to brothers is to, maybe once or twice in a while, ask Akim, is there anything that I could change about myself? Anything that I could do better in the camp, as the being in the position that you are, no matter what position, the lowest position to the highest position. Always ask brothers if there's something you can change about yourself, or something you can clean up about yourself. Because I myself, I was hypocritical being in the second head of the camp. I was hypocritical because there was times, whether in rebukes or whether whatever situation, I wouldn't want to hear brothers out at all. And for me, and to explain why I wouldn't want to hear brothers out, is because for me, if the leader already put a judgment out there on that brother, for me it was like, hey, judgment's already out there, go ahead and just serve out your judgment, and that was it. There's nothing else to be said. But there's always two sides of the story. You always have to hear brothers out, man. And I think that's in the book of Sirach 11:8, when it tells you hear the matter before thou speak. And I used to pull that scripture out a lot, but I didn't apply it to myself. I wouldn't hear brothers out. I wouldn't hear that brother's side of the story. You know what I'm saying? I would just say, hey, serve out the time, and that's it. Instead of hearing out the side of the story. That was there's one scripture you can go to, and I think it's Matthews 23 and 23. Let me get that real quick. Matthews 23 and 23. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith." Now, when I was a second head of the camp, I seen a lot of judgment going out. Brothers getting suspended, brothers getting rebuked. But that was one major thing that was missing when I was the second head of the camp, and the brother that was over me, was mercy, man. And in our minds, we believed that we were showing mercy. A lot of mercy was going out, but we were dead wrong, man. It wasn't mercy. It was more like I don't know the word to use, but I'm used delusional. We were delusional to believe that we were showing brothers mercy, and it really wasn't mercy. It was more judgment than it was mercy, man. And when you are, and so let me explain a little bit about what I meant about that. Is that if a brother go off or do something wrong, right, there's a certain way you come at the situation. You don't immediately hammer the brother down when you do come at the situation. It depends on if that situation is happening multiple times. Then you want to bring a hard judgment on brothers if that brother is doing it multiple times. But if that's not happening, you gotta show mercy to brothers. You can't go suspending brothers quickly, kicking brothers out quickly, or nothing like that. And the major problem that I had myself was that I would entertain the judgment that will go out. So what I mean about that is that if a brother will get suspended or about to get kicked out, I wouldn't fight hard to get that brother to stay in or from getting suspended. I would just be agreeable. Like, all right, cool, all right. Because I would say it got to a point where I was like, I felt as though maybe my opinion wouldn't have been heard. So I was like, F it. Just, if the judgment come down, the judgment come down. I'm not even going to fight it. Right? And that was my problem, is that I became, as the second head of the camp, I became too agreeable. Too agreeable. I just agreed with every damn thing. I didn't fight it. I didn't say, hey, that shouldn't happen or that shouldn't happen. I just became agreeable. And that's my advice to you brothers that's in those positions, man. Be more ready to hear a brother out in his side of the story before you smack down what he got to say, man. And don't be too quick to be agreeable because a brother is over you. Analyze what the brother is saying. If he's right, he's right. If he's wrong, he's wrong. And pull him to the side and let him know his ass is wrong. Because whatever, if you in a position and whoever is over you, if you in that second head, first head, whatever, you in that position, that whatever he does is going to reflect on you, because it's your job to tell him if he's wrong or if he's right. So don't become too agreeable. What else do I want to bring up about myself ultimately? And another thing, don't get too puffed up, man. Don't think you know every damn thing. The scripture says, for those who think they know something, know nothing, yet they ought to know. Don't think you know everything, man. And I believe that's a problem that I had within the camp, because I was studying hard. I was studying the scriptures hard, memorizing thousands of scriptures, memorizing history and all of that. And I didn't see that I was getting puffed up. And the scriptures tell you, I think that's in 1 Corinthians 8, knowledge puffeth up. And I got puffed up, man. I believe I knew every damn thing. I believe I knew more than another brother. What could you tell me? I let my knowledge destroy me. My own knowledge destroyed me. And I'm letting brothers know to watch out for those things, man. Examine yourself. Really watch out. Think about this. Before you point out a brother's fault, make sure you not doing the same damn thing. Or before you make a brother do something, make sure that your ass gonna do it too. Don't be a hypocrite. But yeah, I don't want to make this long-winded, man. That's pretty much all I gotta say. The scripture says, take the mote out of thy own eye before you take it out of another, man. Just make sure that your ass is right before you go trying to correct somebody else. Right? Don't let that position get to your head. Don't let your knowledge puff you up. Be more ready to hear a brother before giving the occasion of speech. And don't be so agreeable, man. Always analyze the situation. And if you see a problem, always tackle it before it goes into that big ass snowball. Because once that snowball get big, eventually that snowball gonna hit something and it's gonna break into pieces. So as somebody that used to be in GMS, the second head of the camp, this is my advice for brothers that's looking to do the work of the Lord, to be in the truth. And if you find yourself in a position, a higher position in the camp, try to humble yourself as much as you can, man. Now, again, I didn't get kicked out. I just left. And I'll be 100% honest, man. I got weak. I feel like there was too much going on. I feel like there was no break in between. I guess that's the word I would use. And in a sense, when I say a break in between, it feel like the only thing that I was going through was stress. But at the end of the day, it could have been, no doubtably, that I was just stressing my damn self out. I was making things harder on me. Yeah, but shalom.